Hello everyone, my name is Dabi Nirali and today I am going to present on comparative analysis of modernism and postmodernism in literature. This is my personal introduction. This is the table of content. Uh, what is modernism? It was a prevalent form from late 19th and early 20th century. Modernism was influenced by the First World War. Modernism was a movement in the art in the first half of the 20th century that rejected traditional values and techniques and emphasize the importance of individual experience. Modernism was a movement not just in literature but also in art, philosophy, and cinema. Modernism is also considered as a philosophical movement. Its spirit is best reflected in a motto coined by Ezra Pound: "Make it new." Uh, Aronowitz reminds us that modernism is a philosophical or ideology, a response, if you will, to the frightening facts of modern life. Modernism is also was also popular in uh, the starting of 20th century. What is postmodernism? Postmodernism cannot be understood by ignoring modernism. Postmodernism is a school of thought or a movement that took place after World War II. Postmodernism relies on concrete experience over abstract principles, knowing always that the outcome of one's own experience will necessarily be fallible and relative rather than certain and universal. Postmodernism texts are marked by the mixture of time, culture, languages, real fact, and fictions, the present and the past. Postmodernism was also popular in 1916s and 1970s. Characteristic of modernism. First one is individualism. Modernism values individualism and a subjective reality over societal events, with protagonists struggling to adapt to change. Here I am and telling one example of individualism in modernism. The Great Gatsby novel is a example of this characteristic. Experiment and experimentation. Literary modernism rejected established writing norms and allowed experimental with form. The example of the experimentation is a Westland poem, Absurdity, the theater of the absurd. It is reflect the idea that human existence has no great purpose or meaning. Franz Kafka's work also give the example of absurdism characteristic. Symbolism became a central characteristic of modernism in literature, with authors leaving blank for the reader's imagination to fill. Modernists use symbolism in every layer of their works with multiple valid interpretations. The James Joyce's works and T.S. Eliot's work are also considered as symbolism characteristic works. Formalism. Formalism included the use of invented or foreign language and unconventional structure. Westland here is also Westland is a poem. Westland poem is considered as a formalism characteristic. Example characteristic of postmodernism, globalization and multiculturalism. A huge globalization, different cultures are getting mixed. We can see the effect of this on architecture, food, music, literature, education, fashion, and organization. The Salman Rushdie's novel Midnight Children is example of this characteristic. New literary trends. Postmodernism authors tend to use irony and black humor in their writings. They present subject matters, even the serious ones, with the playfulness and fragmentation. The third one, intertextuality, the referencing and incorporation of other texts, including popular culture, literature, and history, to create multiple layers of meaning. Multi, multiplayered and complex narratives is also including in intertextuality. 1001 Nights, The Wizard of Oz, and Midnight Children are examples of this characteristic. Writers of modernism and postmodernism. Here are I mentioned some writers' name of modernism and postmodernism time. Difference between modernism and postmodernism. The main difference between modernism and postmodernism is that modernism is characterized by the radical break from the traditional forms of prose and verse, whereas postmodernism is characterized by the self-conscious use of earlier styles and conventions. Modernists believes that truth in objective. In the other side, postmodernism consider truth as relative. Here I put one photograph of a difference between modernism and postmodernism. I question to Chat GPT that make a table of difference between modernism and postmodernism in literature. It provide me the this result. Examples of modernism in literature. First one is James Joyce's Ulysses. Ulysses, the novel, reflect the modernist theme of individualism and the rejection of traditional values and institutions. Institutions. Joyce also used stream of consciousness in this novel. Second one is T.S. Eliot's The Westland. The Westland is considered as a it reflect the fragmentation and disillusionment of past World War One in society. Third example is Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. This example is considered as a of modernism because its exploration of the disillusionment and aimlessness of the past World War and also individualism, the characteristic of the modernism. The fourth one is Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. This This work is considered a modernism example for its stream of consciousness, narrative technique, and also the characteristic of individualism and impact on it. Fifth one is Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis. This example is considered as a example of modernism because due to its exploration of the absurdity of human's existence and also use of symbolism and surrealism. The last one is William Faulkner's The Sound and the Fury. This example is considered as a modernism's example due to its experimental narrative style, including the use of multiple narrators with different perspectives. Examples of postmodernism in literature. First one is Thomas Ficon's Gravity's Rainbow. This example is considered as a example of postmodernism due to its fragmented narrative structure and metafictional elements. Second one is Don Delillo's White Nose. And this example is considered as a postmodernism example because it challenges the traditional narrative structure and employ intertextuality. Third one is Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children. This example is considered as a postmodernism work because due to its use of intertextuality and playfulness with narrative structure. Uh, the fifth one, Janet Winterson's Sexing the Cherry. This and the sixth one is Toni Morrison's Beloved. This example is considered as a postmodernism work due to use of linear narrative structure and magical realism and intertextuality. This is my work citation.
How does modernism view the role of the art in society, art and artistry?
The modernism is was the movement of World War One. Sorry, in that time, poets and writers all are writing the genre on. World War as a genre used as a World War. Uh, that time of artist uh, use this genre as in their work, and they are also consider their art as a modernist art.
Neither how we can see modernism and postmodernism, both in any one novel, drama, or source book.
These both are the different movement from other time, but I right now I don't know the any example of this.